Coming up on this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly, Varsity Football, a Wildcat you should know, and a pumpkin carving contest. All this and more coming up next. Hi, and welcome to this Halloween edition of Wildcat Weekly. I'm your host, Avery Champion. This year's varsity football team has grown as a family, both on and off the field. Riley has a recap of their season.
The varsity football team season has come to an end. Despite the unfavorable outcome, the players stay positive. Finishing with a 5-4 record, the boys reflect on their wins and losses and their overall performance.
We've had some ups and downs throughout the season, but that's football, that's life. Obviously, you're not going to succeed in everything you do, but kind of being together with the teammates, we figured out, when things are wrong, how to correct it and how to fix it. So I think that's awesome. And when we've been successful, we've still, kind of looked at the little things and see, hey, we did this wrong, and this week we're going to do this and that to improve it. So especially with the wonderful coaching we have here, they do a great job of kind of helping us improve as football players and young men throughout the season.
We've been bonding all summer, getting together. We've been working with the team, working with the coaches, and it's been a pretty good year.
While the wins are highlights of their season, the players valued the time spent together on and off the field most. With unbreakable bonds created, football is more than just a game to these guys.
Obviously the glory from making plays and winning and all that stuff comes, but kind of like the grind and all the stuff that comes before that is the most exciting part, because you only get high school football once and you have to make the most of it. So I think the biggest thing about being on this team is just having those strong relationships that can last a lifetime.
Best part about being on this team is I love being with this group of guys and how they accepted me when I came sophomore year when I transferred. They accepted me like a brother, and it was nice to spend the last year with them.
Shout out to the varsity football team and coaches for all their hard work and effort. Thank you, seniors, for one last year, and good luck on your future endeavors. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Riley Sanko.
Did you know we have a world champion competitor walking the halls in Equa? Tyler checks in with this Wildcat we should know.
Eric Noon recently competed at the National Karate Championships with Team USA and took second place in the team competition.
This world champion was more of a traditional championship, but it was still a pretty big tournament compared to most like nationals and such. But it was definitely more traditional. The judges want to see, when they're fighting, they want to see contact. They want to see perfect technique. I've been to this tournament before in Poland in 2015. I didn't take anything there, but it was definitely a really good experience, and it was a good experience this year as well.
Eric has been dedicated to training and competing in karate for over 6 years and has competitions over the summer while training and cross-training every day during the winter. In the future, he has goals to continue competing in karate for Team USA.
Well, karate's been announced in the Olympics of 2020 because it's going to be in Japan, and it would be definitely a cool experience to go to the Olympics. And if something kind of goes to that direction, I'll try my best to make it to the Olympics.
Keep up the fantastic work, Eric. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Tyler Bombasino.
Every October, haunted houses pop up all around the country. Matt and Gabe look at one of the scariest haunted houses in Illinois.
Statesville Haunted Prison has been a popular tourist attraction in the Naperville area and is back again this year with new and improved ideas.
Statesville Haunted Prison is a prison-themed haunted house. I originally started with the prison theme because of Stateville Prison, the state penitentiary that's across the road from my farm. I grew up next to it, and I grew up visiting with the inmates that would be out on the farm. They had an honor farm where they would raise cattle and pigs and hogs and grow crops and bale hay. And so even as a little kid, I would talk to them through this 10-foot high fence. It seemed pretty benign.
Statesville has brought new and unique themes to their attractions each year.
We also have live animals. We have rats and snakes. You touch the snakes, and that's pretty cool.
be sure to check out the Haunted Prison on Weber Road in Lockport, Illinois before the Halloween season ends. And for Wildcat Weekly, along with Matt Hill, I'm Gabe Johnson.
Makeup plays an important part in a Halloween costume. Franny checks out one of these Wildcats' unique talents.
To get into the Halloween spirit, Melissa Martinez experiments with some spooky costume makeup.
I've always been really into drawing and painting and art in general, so one day I just figured why not switch up the surface I'm working on, so I decided to experiment with face paints instead.
Have a spooky Halloween, Wildcats. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Franny Golden.
One of the best parts of Halloween is dressing up. Dylan finds out the Wildcats' best costumes.
With Halloween quickly approaching, Wildcats gave me their favorite costumes of years past.
I dressed up as Seth Rogen because people say I look like Seth Rogen, so I said, why not?
When I was 5, I was Cinderella.
I got Clout. Quentin Garms.
I was a hot dog.
Donald Trump.
A lion.
I dressed up as Shrek for multiple years.
I dressed up as Muammar Gaddafi, dictator of Libya.
Squidward. Kenny from South Park.
Dr. McBride.
Mike Bumgarner.
A chicken wing.
Kanye West.
Post Malone.
Goldilocks.
Make sure to stay safe and have fun this Halloween, Wildcats. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Dylan Altman.
Pumpkin carving is a Halloween tradition. Jackie put some Wildcats to the test.
For years, Halloween has carried on the tradition of pumpkin carving. I put some fellow Wildcats' carving skills to the test. Here's our contestants. The teams were able to come up with their own design for their pumpkins. They were given all the tools that were needed to complete their design. Throughout the time period, the contestants were hard at work in order to defeat the opposing teams. I walked the halls of Nequa to ask fellow Wildcats whose pumpkin they thought was the best and tally up the votes.
It was a lot of fun working with my team and creating this 21 Savage pumpkin. It feels great to be the winner of this contest.
Congrats to the Cocoa Puffs on winning their 21 Savage themed pumpkin. And for Wildcat Weekly, I'm Jackie Cleveland.
Thanks for watching this week's edition of Wildcat Weekly. Have a great Halloween, Wildcats.